Adobe has finally added rotoscoping directly into Premiere Pro, and this is everything you need to know on how to use it. One quick note before we jump in. As of filming this video, this tool is only available in Premiere Pro Beta. Wrong. So, as of 2 days after filming this video, I checked Adobe Creative Cloud only to find out that this is now available in regular Premiere Pro with the new 2026 update. So, if you hear me say Premiere Pro Beta or anything during this recording, please ignore it. I'm sorry. It's in regular Premiere Pro. Once you're in Premiere Pro Beta, you'll notice a new tool in your toolbar titled Object Masking Tool. If you click and hold, you'll notice there's more than just one option. You'll see Object Mask Tool, Ellipse Mask Tool, Rectangle Mask Tool, and Pen Mask Tool. Before this tool existed, if you wanted a clean, accurate rotoscope, you pretty much only had two options. You could turn your Premiere Pro clip into an After Effects composition, roto brush it in After Effects, and then re-export it back into your Premiere project. Or if you were like me and didn't always have the money for After Effects, you would have to use the Pen tool in Premiere. Outline your subject, hit the track button, and pray for the best, which usually didn't turn out very well. But now with these new tools, you can create shockingly accurate rotoscopes directly inside of Premiere Pro. The first tool we're gonna look at is the Object Masking Tool. Once you select it, Premiere will go through and highlight what it believes to be subjects. Just hover over the subject you're hoping to mask, left click, and then boom, it's selected. Then you'll head over to your Effects Control panel and you'll see a new tab titled Unassigned Masks. Within your mask, you'll see a few familiar sliders such as feather, expansion, and opacity. But you'll also see a new option called blend mode, which will have add, subtract, and intersect. But for now, we'll leave that set to add. Then you're going to select the track forward and backward button to let Premiere automatically set keyframes to track your subject. One thing I have to say is how insanely fast the tracking is. This alone is going to be a massive time saver. Once it's finished tracking, play through your clip and make sure everything looks smooth. If your mask ever clips or loses itself halfway through, you can select this add or subtract button to add or take away from the mask you already have, then retrack it to let it fix itself. Down here, you can also select between the lasso or the rectangle tool to choose to add or subtract from your mask. There's also a drop down to change the color that you want your mask to represent. It doesn't really affect your workflow, but I thought that was a cool detail. Once you're happy with your mask, you can move that from the Unassigned Masks tab to something like the Opacity tab. And just look how clean that rotoscope is compared to doing it manually through Premiere. Now if you go back over to that blend mode option, changing it from add or subtract will give you different results depending on what you're wanting. The next tool we're going to be looking at is the Ellipse Mask tool. This is perfect for when you don't want a super detailed mask. You're just wanting to cover something and track it to a point. For example, if you're wanting to block somebody's face, you can draw an ellipse around it and then track it just like before. Once it's tracked, you can drag it over to opacity, select subtract from your blend mode, and all of a sudden it's transparent. If you want to take it a step further, you can take that video clip, drag it up one video channel, and then add an asset or a background behind it, and now you have a patterned background to block out somebody's face. Onto the Rectangle Mask tool. This tool pretty much is good for anything that has 4 points and has straight edges, such as signs, walls, screens, and license plates. You simply draw the rectangle, adjust the corners, hit track, and you're good to go. The last tool we're going to be looking at is the Pen Mask tool. The Pen Mask tool is good for things that are oddly shaped or aren't recognized as a subject by the Object Mask tool. This process is the same as the other two, but keep in mind, if it's a weirdly shaped object, then you might have to go back through and do some more manual tweaking to keep the mask smooth. Now that we've actually gone over all the masking tools, what are some effects you can create using them? If you want your subject to really pop, you can mask your subject, duplicate the clip, set the bottom clip to subtract and the top clip to add, open Lumetri Color, and color grade only the subject.
Another way to achieve this effect that I only found out about while editing this video is being able to drag the unassigned mask directly to a Lumetri Color tab, then color grading from there. The first option would be best whenever you're trying to color grade both the subject and the background, while the second option would be best if you're just trying to color grade the subject.
This also works great for if your subject is too warm, too cold, or if you're wanting to completely change the color of your subject for a stylized look. Another super cool effect you can achieve with this tool is blurring certain objects, such as a license plate. For this effect, I would just use the Rectangle Mask tool, track the object, duplicate the clip, set your blend modes, and apply a blur to the top layer. One of my favorite uses of this tool is having text hide behind a subject or an item. For example, if you wanted subtitles to fly out from behind you, you can mask yourself, create 2 clip layers, set the blend mode to add on the top, and subtract on the bottom, place your text layer in between those 2 clips, and then animate it with keyframes. Now your text appears to come from behind the subject, making it super clean and super professional.
And that's everything you need to know about the new Object Masking tool in Premiere Pro. If you enjoyed, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment.
I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.